your daughter is being molested. I'm so sorry to break it to you like this, but you need to hear it. I'm like, baby, talk to me, but she wouldn't talk. And that is the most frustrating thing and overwhelming thing as a parent. My daughter was so scared of all men. I am bleeding with you. My heart bleeds with you guys, and I totally understand everything. She was scared of him. They found footage of them forcing kids to engage in sexual activities. And this man was essaying both young girls and boys. This man is a very stupid man, a very wicked man. All the negative words that I can think of, he's that. Crazy things happen in this world, and it is very painful. But you would never come to think that it would also happen to you, because most of the time we are just so focused on what's happening to other people, and we are not preparing or guarding for what might happen to us, you know? And it just hurts to feel someone else's pain, but to go through someone else's pain and brew it in as your own is the worst feeling I could ever imagine. It's just so crazy, you know? There are people that face horrendous things, and I don't want to say big ups to them as if it's a good thing, but I really feel for them. So I work 3 hours in the morning and 3 hours in the afternoon, 6-hour shift cut in between. I used to work the whole 6 hours, but everything changed. So just a minute. So before I took my daughter to daycare, she was staying with a nanny when I was going to work, and the nanny basically abused my child. My child was 4 years by then, and now she's 5 years. So I had to stop the nanny thing, because it was actually way better and convenient for me to have a nanny stay with my daughter while I go to work and just come back and she leaves. You know, it was way better, and I enjoyed it like that, because also I was working 6 hours straight, and then by 1 p.m. I'm back home. So the nanny was basically working for 6 hours to 7, depending on how traffic was, right? So I had to stop it because she was abusing my child, and it became a whole thing. Crazy things were happening, so it ended up being a case, you know, and she was arrested. And the sad thing is that she has kids that she has to support, and the most saddest thing is that she was also abusing her kids. So it's more like a psychological thing, because you cannot tell me that people that abuse other people are sensible, you know, they're normal, or rather sane. I refuse to believe that. So right now I take my daughter to daycare, and when I started taking my daughter to daycare, everything was fine. There were no males working at that daycare, and when they started employing male people, because of course they have to get handy people like handymen, they assured us parents that, you know what, we are going to install cameras corner to corner just to ensure safety for all kids. And we were like, you know, when we were having a meeting, I just announced it to them that they don't have to install the cameras for safety reasons when they employ male people, but rather do it even now, like even when they are females, because I know there are females that also SA kids, you know, male kids, girl kids. It's just the same, whether like gender is not, it just makes me so angry that you cannot trust anybody, and we take our kids to these places to pay for safety and education, but it's like we're paying to hurt our kids, you know. It is the most saddest thing ever I have ever experienced, and I wish no one this pain. I don't know how to feel, I don't know what to say. So after I told them in that meeting, they're like, no, every female here loves all kids, so there are no females that can actually do that. And I was like, okay, you don't know, but okay. Just because it hasn't happened yet does not mean it's not happening privately or it will happen sooner. I'm just being precautious, right? But who am I to say anything? I'm the fool, right? I'm stupid, right? But it's okay. So I took my daughter to the daycare. So I was basically taking my daughter in the morning and in the afternoon, right? And then my aunt, when my uncle was employed at the daycare as a handyman along with another old man, my auntie was like, you know what, you don't have to take your daughter to daycare, please just leave her with me, because now I don't work, I only sell things, so I can stay with her in the afternoon, right? So initially I agreed, because I'm like, okay, in the day, because you won't be doing much, because you'll be just playing, sleeping, whatever. So it's the same thing that my auntie would do, and I mean, it's fine, she's my auntie. She's not my blood auntie, my uncle's my blood auntie, and the auntie married my uncle, so I just take as my auntie, as it should be. So started taking my daughter there, and one day, after a few months, probably like 2 or 3 months, after taking my daughter to the daycare, I went to visit my family, and it's like a family gathering, and my daughter was so scared of all men. It was so different when my auntie and her husband came to our house to eat, maybe for dinner or just to visit us. It was so different. She was scared of my uncle, and I was just like, maybe it's just you're a bad type, you know those silly jokes. But it was not that. She was scared of him, and it resulted to my daughter being scared of all men. And it got suspicious, and I got frustrated as a parent. Worry, why are you rejecting all men, even boy kids? Baby, you can't do that. You need to socialize. But my daughter's so terrified of everything, and she's like, my daughter's scared of everyone. And now it has come to a point where she's scared of even females. And now I understand why, and it's the most heartbreaking thing, painful thing ever for a child to ever go through. And if there are any other children out there going through the same thing, I am bleeding with you. My heart bleeds with you guys, and I totally understand everything. So you know what, when we're at the family gathering, I was like, okay, no, my daughter cannot be scared of people like this. I took her to the doctor. I was like, can you just tell me what her problem is? Because now it's like, do I need therapy sessions for a baby? My daughter has gone mute now. It's like I need a speech therapist, because now she wasn't even talking anymore. She couldn't converse with anybody anymore. And I was getting so anxious and tired. And I'm like, baby, talk to me, but she wouldn't talk. And that is the most frustrating thing and overwhelming thing as a parent to face with your child. And it's like there's no boundaries of trust, or like there's just no bond of that intimacy with your own child. And it's just the most painful, dreadful thing ever, right? So I tell this doctor, and this doctor's like, what is happening? Can you just give me more details? Like, just tell me what's happening, right? So I am now explaining to this doctor that my daughter is basically scared of everybody. It started with my uncle, now men, boys, now everyone. And she's just like, okay, that is clearly a clear signs of what's happening. She's like, okay, please lay your daughter down. So she examined my daughter everywhere, and I mean every single word. She's like, okay, your daughter is being molested. I'm so sorry to break it to you like this, but you need to hear it. Where is your daughter mostly at? And I'm like, no way other than the daycare in my aunt's place. And she's like, okay, please. Like, she's now asking me to describe the daycare environment in my aunt's, who's living at my aunt's place, blah, blah, blah. And the only thing that matches is my uncle. My uncle works at the daycare and he's the only mobile man there. Mobile is like flexible man there. Not that flexible, but I mean, you know, who could do something like this. There's an old man who basically always sleeps. Like, he's always sleeping because he's just so old. That's how bad he is. And he's basically being paid to just sleep there, you know. And my uncle's working as a handyman. So it's like my daughter goes to school there, and then she goes to my aunt's place. My uncle is there. Yeah. It just makes me so angry to think about it that way, you know. So the doctor wrote a report, a medical report, and she's like, you know what, I'm taking this to the police station, whether you like it or not. We do not condone such behavior. And I'm like, please do whatever you can. If we have to bring this daycare down or close it down, because I told them that they need to take every cautious precaution to put these kids at safety, and they didn't adhere to that. So I'm just like, I was just so down, and I was just like, you know what, do whatever you can. I don't care at this point. I was so mad, angry, confused, and frustrated because I just felt the pain that my daughter was going through, basically, right? So we took the medical report to the police station, and immediately those people were like, okay, fill up the vans, we are going to the daycare. And they were like, okay, ma'am, you're going to have to stay here because we don't want you to be wild and going crazy. And I'm like, I am very emotionally intelligent. I can hold myself. And they're like, no, we understand, but stay here, please. We get that. I mean, you could have reacted, went crazy, but you're here, so please stay here. We'll be back. I stayed there. I still don't know what happened even till today at the daycare. So basically, from what the doctor told me is that my uncle was not at the daycare because it was in the afternoon, right? And it was on a Saturday. So he was not, they thought that he would have been at the daycare, maybe doing some handiwork, since some people work on Saturdays. So when they got there, they were like, okay, we need every footage of the cameras that you currently have, right? This man was playing with kids and throwing balls far away for kids to fetch. And these kids would fetch the balls and literally minutes would go by. And when he comes back, the kids will be crying. You see by the expressions. And I'm like, oh no. So he was basically making excuses of why the child was crying. The child fell. Oh no, he kicked a rock. Or the ball hit the kid. And this man was essaying both young girls and boys. This man is a very stupid man, a very wicked man. All the negative words that I can think of, he's that, but I don't want to indulge on such behavior, on such toxic words, you know, because I will not go out of my way, will get out of my character or behave out of character because of a foolish person. So what happened was, after they gathered that information from the school, basically some of the people that were working at the daycare were arrested for obvious reasons. The women were also assaying kids. And I'm just like, what are they doing? Why are they doing such malicious activities? On the cameras, basically the cameras, there was one camera they thought was not working, but it was working. It was just black, so it was not showing anything. It was not responding, right? And on this camera, they found footage. They found footage of them forcing kids to engage in sexual activities. And you want me to trust daycares after this? No, thank you. I am just so angry and I am mad. It's like, you will not understand the pain I'm feeling right now. But if you do, yeah, that's how I feel, you know? Why would you? It's like now you're paying for your child to be introduced to pornography. You know? Such acts are malicious, devious, devilish. And these people are the most cruel people ever in this world. And it's so crazy to know that they have so many cases about such things and it's not being stopped, you know. But how can you stop it? Because you never know. One daycare opens, it's you, and they're like, oh no, we're different. They do the same thing. Another one opens and like, oh no, we're different. They do the same thing. So they basically arrested a few people at the daycare, and now I had to go to my aunt's house, of course, and I was given a call asking for the address. I was like, I directed them, and my uncle was arrested without even questioning. He was at fault. He was arrested. Yeah, and that's how it happened, how he got arrested. I mean, some of the workers just basically spoke out and were saying, no, this idea was brought by this person or this blah blah blah, and they thought it was a very interesting activity to indulge in as grown-up people. So to me, it sounds like they're very foolish, stupid, nonsensical. They are very evil, and they are not people that I would want around kids, not even around adults, because at this point they would kill you, you know. I don't know, my heart is bleeding. I'm hurting right now. My daughter's still not fine. My daughter's still scared of people. There's absolutely something that I could have done with the situation. I could have never taken my daughter to that daycare. It's like, you never know when something's going to happen, but when it happens, it's like, I should have never. But you cannot base everything on, I should have never. Oh no, I should have never taken, such things. It hurts, but you have to move on and find means of healing for yourself and your kids and your partner, because it's a very heartbreaking thing to go through, It's very heartbreaking, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's what's done is done. I wished I could have strangled them to death, but there's nothing I could do. So with the post accident, I don't know, we were put in a group. Basically, we have a group chat where we just talk about how we feel, both mom and dads and guardians of the kids that were injured. All kids were injured, by the way. And yeah, the kids have been taken care of. Medical attention, serious medical attention. The daycare is closed down. Everyone knows about it. It's been a few months, probably almost close to a year since it happened, but I just wanted to talk about it. If you know the daycare, you probably know it. If you know where I live, so you probably know where the daycare is. So yeah, that's what we're doing, just talking, having medical attention for our kids. Everything is sorted, so be careful. Don't if your gut or if your instincts are telling you not to take your child anywhere, don't take them. Just listen to your instincts. Even if your child doesn't want to go, you know how kids would be crying like over a place. Just don't take them there. It's like, most likely, dude, I don't know what I'm feeling. I don't want to get here. I'm not saying the dramatic cry because of they don't want to go to school. I mean like that worrisome cry. That's what I'm talking about. So again, be careful. Listen to your gut and make sure you protect your kids by all means. For all the single parents out there, I feel your pain. If you need if something similar has happened to you, please share your story in the comments. And if you want to be added to the group chat, please give me your numbers. You can always email me your numbers and I will add you to the group chat so that you can also have the same support, feel the same support, and talk about such things. We are having a few initiatives to take to make sure that kids do not go through such hideous acts ever again, such malicious, dirty activities. So yeah, it hurts, but life has to move on. So let's take care of our kids and protect our nation. Hi guys, my name is FENXI. This is not my story, but it was the most heartbreaking story that I had to remake, from someone. So if you also want to send me a message to tell your story, please do send me an email. It's in the description box. I will try my best to tell your story with whatever emotion it goes with it. But yeah, this story was the most heartbreaking story ever. I cannot imagine what people go through. If you are going through anything, or if you have a story that you'd like to tell me, or anything relatable that you went through, please send it to me and I will tell your story, either anonymously or you can even share your name. Thank you so much for watching this video. I post videos every single day, so please do come back and check out my other videos. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Let's grow the channel. Please share it to your family and your friends so that people learn about things that happen in this world that some people are not aware of. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Take care of yourself and your family.